Welcome to Back Talk with Bauer. I am Josh, JBauerArt, your host, the guy with all the paintings and the stuff. I hope you guys are digging the new setup behind me. This is what the show is going to look like from now on. I got a nice little podcast corner, and it's going. It looks really nice. I think it looks great. I think you guys can actually see me a little bit better. Just so you guys know, all the paintings down at the bottom are for sale. If you want to check out any of my artwork for sale, head over to JBauerArtShop.com, and you can find many of these pieces. Some of the ones that are signed are mine. You're not getting them. You could just look and see how pretty they are. But a big shout out to everybody that is popping in. You can catch this show live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on Facebook.com/JBauerArt. And as always, we actually have a sponsor for the show. My youngest brother, Corey, has been awesome enough to become a sponsor for my show, but he doesn't really have anything to talk about or show off or any of those good things. So we have decided to do a charity of the month. So this is actually the last week for this charity. And then I got to go bug them for a new charity starting in July. But Hope for the Warriors is this month's sponsored charity. You can go to hopeforthewarriors.org. They help vets. They do clinical health and wellness for, with urgent and long-time service for vets and their families. Transition services, combat to home, station to station, and military life to civilian life. They also do sports and recreation programs to help reintroduce sports and hobbies to warriors and athletes, or warrior athletes, I should say. Also, they help injured vets with adaptive equipment. So you can head over to Hope for the Warriors. Really? Right now? Get out. I'm done with you. That's why you're not allowed in. And that is why the damn dogs are not allowed in the damn room when I'm doing the damn show. Anyways, so yeah, you can head over to hopeforthewarriors.org and you can go hit the donate button, or you can even volunteer. And 90.1% of every dollar goes to service members, vets, their families, to restore self, family, and hope. So please go check out and support hopeforthewarriors.org. So after that fun interruption from my freaking dogs, we are ready to get started. That's all my plugs. So tonight's episode, I always try to do a little bit different each episode and each month. I want to have not just a bunch of artists or a bunch of musicians or things of that nature. I want to have all kinds of different people. And tonight I have a couple that have worked with over the past year or so. They are extremely cool and extremely nice, and I love working with them. They are the owners of Kingdom of Comics. So let me bring up Paula and Jason. One sec. Yay, there they are. Hi, guys. How are you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
It's funny.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
When Coco started barking, Napoleon started barking, so.
We're just getting them all in different areas and everything like that. So tons of fun, as always, with animals.
When he's not getting the attention, he'll start singing.
Oh, of course, of course. When my dogs don't get the attention, they start ripping everything apart. So I'd rather take singing than ripping. We actually just redid like the whole house because we have nothing better to do at the moment. So this past weekend, we tore up my art cave to redo it as the podcast art cave, and a couple other rooms. So over the past month, we have just ripped apart this house in one way or another. And I think our oldest dog, Aries, he's what is he? Black Lab and Greyhound mix. And he actually notices changes. Like if you move like a couch or move something over, or I swear, even if you change stuff on the walls, this dog notices and he doesn't like it. Mm-hmm. So he's decided that he does not like all the new changes and is pissy. So he keeps getting into my mom's baskets in her desk and ripping apart like semi-important things. Because usually it's just like garbage from the garbage can. We'll keep some papers in there. He gets them out. He rips them up because he's just whatever he is. But yeah, we think he's extra pissy now. And he ripped apart a bunch of thank you cards. So if you do anything nice for my mom, you're not getting a thank you card anytime soon. But
just know she meant it, but it's not going to get to you.
It's not getting to. Or you could get it with some extra bite marks. You never know.
Yay, it's love bites.
Yes. So you guys are actually broadcasting from the comic shop, from Kingdom of Comics, as you see behind you. That is just one corner of your guys's very large store. I will have to say I was very surprised. I've seen pictures of here and there, but when I came into the shop about a year or so ago, I couldn't believe how big it was and how spacious. And you've got a lot in there, but there's still room to breathe. That's really nice.
Yeah, we wanted to make it a place that
you have elbow room.
Don't want clutter everywhere. Want to make it a little, I don't want to say fancy, but nice.
And it's got that fancy side to it, but it's not like too fancy. It's a little bit more upscale than a normal comic shop. It feels like it almost feels like someone's living room, kind of.
Yes.
Like you're getting into a private stash, because you guys got the walls of all the books, of course, that you can see behind you. Some shelves here and there. There's a couch or two, some tables to play games at, and a giant freaking bar. we will get into the bar and what all the comic shop has, of course, a little bit later. But I kind of wanted to start before the comic shop, because how many years has the comic shop been going now?
We opened in this location on January 11th. We were
2019.
Okay. Sorry, January 2019, and we were in a prior location while this is being built, but
okay.
But just about a year and a half now.
All right. So now I know you guys worked with Peter from Viera Comics, and I believe you bought a lot of the stuff when he decided to close up. You guys were a comic shop before that. You were an established business and everything, or you bought it and then started?
No, she was a third grade teacher. I was teaching online for Eastern Florida State College. I still am.
Okay.
And a couple other schools online as well. But we used to be customers up at Viera Comics, and we knew Peter pretty well. And we always wanted to open up a comic book store. We saw some really cool ones in Orlando, and we kind of wanted something like that over here. And when he said he was kind of getting out of the business, we jumped on the opportunity, bought his inventory, and moved locations.
Wow, that is crazy. Okay. Because I always wondered how it worked, because I wasn't making it down there as much before Peter had to close. So I know I was watching all the stuff on social media, and as soon as you guys announced that you were taking over, I went and liked your page and all that. Right. And then it took me a good while. We just never connected to get me down there. But once we did, it was phenomenal, and we've had a blast every time I've come down there. What was it like trying to build? How long did it take to build the current location?
It was an empty shell when we bought it too. It wasn't even previously. It was nothing had been in this unit before. So it was. They built it in a month. It was crazy, but
it took a few months to get to the point of building it.
Yeah, starting the business. Starting the business was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life.
It was a lot.
I don't know if I want to say I'd never do anything like it again, because it was a lot, but
it was a learning curve for sure.
Yeah, but we've figured out with the business, it's constantly going to be growing and changing inside. So it's never going to stop being built.
Right. Now, I don't think I forgot to mention, but you guys are in Melbourne, Florida, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you guys ever come down there, about for the Northerners or the people that are watching out of state, it's about an hour and a half from where I'm at, which is kind of Orlando. If you're in Orlando, it's probably more like an hour. But from Longwood to where Kingdom of Comics is, it's about an hour and a half, give or take. But yeah, I love heading down there. You guys are in a very cool location. I love the Melbourne area. You're actually right down the road from Hanging with Web Show. And we have taken over your area a couple of times with the crew coming over and hanging out. So hopefully once things get relatively back to normal, we can get down there and start working with you guys some more, because it feels like an eternity since I've been to you guys last, because it was already a while. I was due for a visit and then we couldn't go anywhere. So it'll be nice to get down there again. But
anytime.
Oh yeah. I got to come do. We'll do part 2 together, sitting in the same room, because I want to do on the location shows and everything like that. So
Try to get the medieval bar backdrop.
Oh, yeah. We're doing it live from the bar. We're just going to be standing back there and be hanging out. It'll look spectacular. So, and I even got the wide angle lens thingy. We can get the whole bar. We'll be fantastic.
Yes.
So yeah, the first, like, what's the first couple months like opening a comic shop? Are like people waiting for you to open, or is it like trying to rope them in?
Ours may have been a little bit different than what a lot of people may go through, since we operated out of Viera Comics for a few months while this was being built. We got to establish a lot of customers and like meet all the previous customers. A lot of them did follow us down here, and it just slowly spread from there. I mean, our first month actually was a little quite busy, and then we had our slow times, and but it's really picking up quite a bit, and we're starting to really enjoy it a lot. And
it was funny when we first we have to order our comics 2 months in advance.
Holy cow!
So I'm ordering in November for comics that will come out in December for our new location that we've never been to. We don't know who's going to be there, what the clientele will be. So it was like, I think I'll get this many of this title and hope for the best. And
December came around. My family was with Paula, and they were packing up at the location up at Viera Comics, and we found out the shipment was coming to the new location. So I just had to sit here with a empty store waiting for a truck to supposedly come for our first comics, but it came, and we figured it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Still out, but we're doing it.
So you guys were would you guys hang out a little bit at Peter's to like get to know, you said to get to know everybody and kind of explaining what was going on? Because Peter had tons of people at his place quite a bit when I would go down there.
When he sold to us, he wanted to make sure that he stayed on with us at least through October to teach us everything, learn how the ordering process, and just show us the whole system and how everything works. Introduce us to all the vendors and everything. And
so to say, we purchased the inventory in August, and so Peter was going to stay with us August, September, and October to teach us everything.
Okay. Yeah.
And during that time, our location here was supposed to be built, but it wasn't started building until November.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So we were there a little bit longer than we were expecting.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys get started, and then you get going, and like, when did you guys start working with the artist? Was that already in the mix? Because I know Peter was doing it. Did the artist kind of come with it too, or?
We knew that he did it, and we had known a couple artists from Orlando. Like, you were one that we knew. I had the last ones that we worked with in Viera were Nexto Pro and Kevin Wood.
Okay.
So when we did our first opening there, I reached out to them first right away, and
Just Josh Draws contacted us and wanted to know if we would like him to come too, because he used to work with Peter.
Okay.
So he came for our grand opening weekend.
No, it was the next event, whatever. The grand opening, yes, not the first opening.
Yeah. So we had a few people, and then it kind of just built from there. And then when we saw how much great talent is in the area, we kind of really wanted to build it up and keep it thriving, because there's so many amazing artists.
Yeah, we just started nurturing them and helping them out, and like eventually they all just kind of, like, we have a group of artists that just hang out here like every Saturday, and
it's crazy. I've been there for a few different things, and there are artists there that are just hanging out that aren't like officially guests for that day. They just come and they do their thing at the table. And sometimes they sell things, they get people talking to them, they get things moving, or there's collabs that are in the works. And you guys have a very cool, first off, your personality and the way you guys work with your guests and the people that come into your shop is fantastic. And then the place that you have is just like, there's a buzz to it when you come in as a creator. So you walk in, and it's, because I've even live painted at your place, and it was just I've done it twice, and it was just so much fun and so easy and relaxed. That it's spectacular for up and coming artists. I definitely suggest, if you're ever in the area, or if you're in Florida at all, to head over to Kingdom of Comics and work for them or work with them. It's actually very funny. Terry McIver, all the way in Ireland, has said he's only seen Kingdom of Comics on live feeds, not in person, but the store looks fantastic.
Thank
you. Oh, I see. That's cool.
Thank you, Terry. Terry was on our live sales that we did.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he is.
I think so. That means he got to see the bar backdrop.
Oh yeah. If you have not seen it, make sure to tune into one of their live sales because the bar that they have set up in Kingdom of Comics is fantastic and looks amazing, and would make any geek person jealous that they don't have it in their own little area. We also have some other people. Joe says, "Hail to the king and queen."
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Hi, Joseph.
We also have Keith Jr. Showing Kingdom some love. And if you guys are wondering, if you're listening to the audio version on Spotify, on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or iHeartRadio, the reason we are saying these names is because I am live on Facebook. We actually do a video component to this live Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. And I bring on my guests, and I actually have it all nice and pretty set up now, so you can see the logo, some cool stuff in the background. And everybody gets to participate in the show, so we get to have a great time.
Very professional.
Yeah, we're trying. Let's see. So when you guys were building this, was the bar in the mix like right from the beginning? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was part of the plan. I don't know if anybody has been to like the Gods and Monsters in Orlando when they were in the Artagon. First time I walked in there, it's like this huge, massive, almost like 10,000 square foot place, and then you see like the movie screen in the back with the bar. And I remember looking at Paul going, "I'm never leaving."
Yeah.
And it was gorgeous in there.
We kind of like wanted something like that here in Melbourne, so it was always the plan.
Very cool, very cool. Now you guys do a program. What do you call when you can get a comic book and a beer? Correct?
Beer and a book Friday.
Beer and a book Friday.
Beer and a book day is Friday. So if you buy a trade paperback or graphic novel any Friday, you get half off a beer or wine, or you get a soda for free.
Nice. That is really cool. So that's how that was working normally. How's it working now with all the shenanigans that are going on in the world?
We're not technically a bar.
Yeah.
We're a beverage center.
So if there was
we're a comic shop and the bar just happens to sit here.
Yep.
Well, even legally too. I mean, so it was like a big fiasco, like whether they're going to allow a bar to be in a comic book store in our zoning, but the city decided that it's going to be essentially a beverage center
that serves beer and wine.
Yeah. Okay. So they don't even have us down in the books in the city as a bar, so we're good.
So
we're open.
We can all get over there and do our thing. So how long's the Friday thing been going on now? Because it's been a little while.
Oh, I think we kind of started it this year, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just a friend of ours kind of gave us the idea. Why don't you try to? It was actually our friend Brad Scott.
Brad Scott Art.
He's like, why don't you do like a beer and a book day? I was like, that's a damn good idea. Let's do it.
That is awesome. Let's see. We got some more comments here. Joe says the kingdom is a lot bigger than it looks outside. It looks small. Walk in and it's like, look at this space. Yeah, it is very deceiving because you guys are one of those places that are really long too. You're actually much wider than it looks like from the outside, but you're also real long in there. So it's fantastic to walk in and you just kind of look around, and the wood floor is great too. It brings I think that really brings that cool, relaxed feel to it is the wood floor in there. So we actually have a question for you guys from Ryan Pemerson. Question for the king and queen. Favorite comic book character?
Okay, so
I think I know mine.
Well, I kind of have two, and I know that they're probably the same. Well, Red Sonja.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite comic book characters.
We really like Red Sonja.
Okay.
And, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Very cool.
And I've always been very partial to Spider-Man and Venom.
Ah, nice. I love Spider-Man myself, and Venom's one of my favorite bad guys. And then we got another question because Thomas Rochester, a.k.a. Thor, you can catch him on the Hangin with Web Show YouTube channel, of course. But he asks, is the beer and book 1 for 1? Can I buy 12 books and get 12 beers half off? This is very important questions.
We haven't really come to that kind of scenario yet. So you're working our brain.
Just about everybody that comes in to take advantage usually just buys one graphic novel, but
and 2 or 3 beers, but 1 book. So
Thor's got to, he's got to build up and take care of business.
I would have to say if you're going to buy 12 graphic novels, that's quite a lot. So yeah, I'd probably give you half off on each one. Why not?
There you go. Thor, come on down. So yeah, by the way, thank you everybody for popping in. It's actually nice to see double digits on my live stream. So this is very cool. We are doing Back Talk with Bauer, and my guests are the awesome couple of Kingdom of Comics, the king and queen of Kingdom of Comics. And I forgot to shut off one thing. There we go. Got to have it all nice and neat in here. But yeah, so what is like right now, what's the big thing to read? Like, what's some big comic book going on or graphic novels that are in? What should people be buying?
I mean, I think right now the Joker War and 3 Jokers with Batman coming up in
August
is going to, so that's going to be a real huge event right now. With Marvel, the whole Empire events just kicked off, and yeah, that's all about how. Because everybody, if you know Marvel with the Kree and the Skrulls, they've always been at war with each other and with Earth. Now the Kree and the Skrulls have joined together in an empire, and they're going to try to take over Earth. So
wow, that's pretty cool.
It's going to encompass everything. It's lots of tie-ins. One of the big events that Marvel does. I know it's overwhelming for a lot of people, but I feel a great sense of accomplishment when I get to collect all of them. So
for sure. Joe says buy everything.
Thank you. Good. I like that tip.
I agree with Joe.
One of the other comics I really like right now is The Plot. It's by Volt, it's an independent, and it's just kicked off with its issue 5. They took a little break, especially with the shutdown, but it just came out, and it's a good one. There's a lot of good info.
Yeah, and you guys are really big into the independent stuff and really trying to push that, and it's really cool. I think you even have like a good couple of like display sections of independent stuff. Am I correct? It's been a hot minute since I've been there.
We have them, like our system is set up so it's pretty much all alphabetical by title, so the indies are all in there, but I mean, there actually might be about as many independents on the shelf as there are DC and Marvel.
Wow. And you guys are good at, like, if somebody's watching this and they're trying to get into comics, I know you guys are really good at, like, somebody comes in, they can talk to you guys about what to see and what to get, and guys can kind of guide them along and help them out with getting things started, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
And if I don't know something, I'll ask Jason. If he doesn't know a recommendation for a particular thing, he'll come to me. So we usually bounce off of each other and try to figure out something that we can at least start you with.
Yeah, and with Marvel especially, there's so many new #1s coming out all the time. It can be a little frustrating, but there's almost any time is a perfect time to jump into Marvel. And I tell a lot of people too, I mean, it is overwhelming as high as the numbers can get. You just got to dive in. You might feel like a little bit lost with the story for like a first issue or so, but by the time even you get into the next issue or the one after, you're ready to go. You're in the story. So just gotta just suck it up and jump in.
Well, and you even helped me out, because when we first were shutting down, I wanted to make sure I was supporting my local friends and everything. So
we appreciate that very much.
Of course. And I'm kind of far to just drive down and grab some comic books from you. So I messaged Jason. I'm like, hey, I want to buy some stuff from you. I already had a little list of things to get. And then I'm like, let's get a graphic novel in there to get, the price up a little bit. And I'm like, what do you suggest? And you helped me with suggestion. Like I told you a couple of things that I was into, and you tossed a suggestion at me. So we got that one going. And then I greatly appreciate, because I was hunting down the Darth Vader graphic novels from Marvel. Yeah.
It only took 2 months to get here.
It was terrible. They kept telling us, we'll ship reorders, no problem.
Right.
We didn't get them.
Poor Josh. Like normally, if you order a trade, it takes about
a week or two, depending on what
maybe
gets in.
But Josh waited. It was almost 2 months.
Yeah, I was fine with it. I was all, I knew, because I don't buy a ton of comics. I'm very specific on what I read, and I like getting more of the graphics novels now because I just don't have the attention span to get one book at a time. So I just wait. And, you know, I messaged you that I wanted it. And then we were going a couple weeks and you're like, I don't know when it's coming in. I'm like, I mean, if it comes in, it comes in. If not, I just want to support you guys. So whenever it comes in, I'll buy them. And it ended up working out perfectly because you got them the week before I was going on vacation. I'm like, can I pay extra to get them? Because I want to be sitting on that deck and reading my comic books like a true nerd. And I did. I made sure to post a picture and tag you guys, of course, so people knew. You know, and you guys can your guys are up for shipping anywhere, correct?
Yeah, as long as the customer, even overseas, if they're willing to pay for it.
And now, this may catch Terry and Ryan's attention, but we talked a little bit before the show, and you guys have decided to do a little bit of a discount for anybody that's watching the show tonight and has seen Kingdom of Comics on Back Talk with Bauer. How do they get the discount, and what is the discount?
Okay, so basically, if you see any of our posts or come in the store and you mention that you saw us on Back Talk with Bauer, you will get 10% off that purchase that you came in for. And that includes online purchases. So if you see a post of ours and you like what you saw and you want us to ship it to you, or just, we'll 10% off. There you go.
Yep, I got Ryan's attention right there. He says, hello, discounts. So big thank you guys for doing that. I greatly appreciate it.
Let me show Ryan some of the big statues.
Ryan, we don't have any Hulks from 2012. I'm sorry, but
Ryan was asking Go-Go Power Ranger trades. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
I know we had some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I will have to check on the Go-Go. So if you wanted to send us a message on Facebook, then we will double check for you on Go-Go.
We'll have to get with you later, Jason, because I think I need to get one or two of the last of the TMNT Power Ranger Team Up comics. I need the last couple of those. So I'll be messaging you guys here soon, probably next day time.
So here, we got Sebastian looking for you right now.
Hi, Sebastian. Oh man. So please head down. You know, it really helps. We're all trying to benefit each other and help each other out right now. That is why I started this show, to get my friends out there and get them into front of new eyes, people in either outside of Melbourne, outside of Florida, or outside of the freaking US, like a lot of people are watching now. That is the point of this show, and that is the point of doing this right now, because Kingdom of Comics is very busy at the moment, but things are getting crazy down in Florida again. We don't know how things are going to roll and what things are going to happen. So support them now if you can. Buy a couple of comics, buy a trade, buy a statue. Ryan. Support the people that are supporting me. These guys were kind enough to hop on with me and take time out of their Tuesday night when they're actually still open. Correct? You guys are still open?
Yes. Yeah. We are open to the public.
So make sure that you give them a shout out or share their stuff. If you can't afford anything right now, go over to Kingdom Comics, share this video, share something of theirs, and let's build everybody up as much as possible. And there's the man we were talking about him. He's like Beetlejuice. Peter J. Pop has shown up. Best comic shop in Florida.
His name twice.
Peter. There you go. There's their time.
There we go. Let's see. I wrote questions down, and now I can't remember them.
It happens to me all the time.
Let's see. So are you still having a decent amount of artists come in and hang out? Like, how's things working right now with the craziness of the world?
Well, when the whole COVID stuff started, we didn't have to close. The governor pretty much let every county decide for themselves. So we didn't have to close. We just did because we weren't getting new comics in. Diamond kind of stopped sending out comics. So we're like, well, let's just close up. We'll do our online sales, and we did well. Yeah, we kicked ass with those, and it was way better than we thought it would be. And
thanks to some of you who are viewing right now, we appreciate you tuning in then and now.
Got a lot of new customers from that. They're coming in the store now, and we had fun. I mean, we only did it twice a week. We paid the bills and more, and we'll pick them back up again soon. We're still trying to get the comics back flowing, and
it's still in transition now that we're starting shipping comics again. There's still a bumpy ride, but we're trying to ride the wave. And
are a lot of comics back up and going now? I know some of the series kind of paused for a minute. Was that just during the when everything shut down, or did they come back up yet?
They paused and then they've slowly starting to come back up. So a lot of the independents just kind of said, whoa, we're going to come back maybe in a few months. So we're still waiting to see what's going to come back and what isn't with the independents. And Marvel they were trying to work with retailers, and so they went to 1 week we're going to be comics released and 1 week is trade paperbacks. So they would flip weeks. So 1 week comics, 1 week trades, 1 week comics, 1 week trades. And coming to the middle of July, it's going to go back to normal for the comics.
And we're not going to talk about what DC did.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff here and there.
We can't talk about it if you want to.
The one and only Chris Coleman, Pizza Peisenberg from Funny to Informing is in the house. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for popping in. Coleman, if you are looking for a comic shop to work with, they're a little out of our area. They're down in Melbourne, but you should check out Kingdom of Comics because they are an awesome group of people. So, Chris, Funny to Informing podcast is always looking for new people to, chat with and bring on. So maybe we can get you guys connected. But yeah, I just had Thomas, aka Thor, notice that I have Thor's hammer sitting here. And, yes, it does light up.
Very cool. I like it.
Actually, I almost got rid of this because I redid the whole art cave now. So like I have this big bookshelf sitting over there with like my TV and everything on it, and it was just jam packed with stuff. Like you couldn't tell what was what. So I packed a bunch of stuff away, and I had this out, and I'm like, I think I'm going to get rid of it. And then I'm like sitting there and I get everything. It's still sitting around and I get everything set up and I'm like, look, I'm setting this up and I look over in the corner. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, yes, I can have it sit right there. And it looks perfect. So slowly but surely I'm kind of getting a little corner set up and adding some stuff. Eventually there'll be a nice back talk with Bauer sign that I'm going to make at my shop. But right now it says sign coming soon. Some things are still a work in progress.
Yes.
So do you guys, I know right now it's a little hard to plan any events. Do you have anything event wise coming up or are you just kind of keeping it easy?
We're not doing as many events as we normally do. I think our next one is going to be August 1st. We have several writers coming. Matthew Knowles with Heirs of Isildur. Travis Gibb, he does Broke Down and Four Dead Bodies. They're both self-published indies.
And they're getting some other indie writers to come and.
Yeah, we're working out that there should be 4 or 5 of them coming for August 1st, so that'll be cool. They'll be doing free signings of their stuff. So. Oh
wow, very cool.
And we carry a lot, if not all, of their books here in the store right now, so you can get them here, get them signed, and yep.
And we just had a comic signing this past weekend with 3 local writers.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Have you guys been selling? Did you guys start the cover art for local artists, where you guys are selling some of the cover art?
Yeah, we do have a local artist cover section.
It looks great.
So we have our CGC rack with all our CGCs, and then right next to it is the local artist covers, and we do help artists get registered with CGC so they can get their comics graded, or with the local. Cool. We have a local grading company here too. That's in the works. They're growing pretty rapidly. EGS,
expert grading system.
Tony's he's local right here in Palm Bay, and he grades comics very good too, and he accepts the local artist covers as well for grading.
That's badass. Now, I've been seeing a couple people post and you guys sharing them and everything like that. So that's been, in the cleaning, I totally forgot that I had them. I have a stack, probably about this big, of blank comic covers.
Perfect.
Get them going. Let's get them on the rack.
Bring it over.
Got to see what it's like to paint on them, because I got them when I was still messing with like Copic markers and everything, but I can't get into Copic markers. My stuff is just good with paint.
Right.
So I got to see how well they accept paint.
I bet some covers will work better than others. There's different covers we've noticed that absorb colors better than others.
Yeah. So I think here pretty soon, once I'm trying to get the show like a good flow and everything. I got the art cave good. I got the podcast corner now. So it's just getting a few more shows under my belt and getting comfortable with that. And then maybe dip my toe back into painting again. And I think that might be the first thing I mess with. And we'll
there's room.
I know there is. I know. So do you guys have, every company has goals and everybody has something to strive for and everything. What are some goals from Kingdom of Comics, subtracting the world going to hell? What's some goals for you guys in the next 6 months or so?
For the 6 months, just, we have no idea how long the COVID stuff's going to keep going on. So
I would say build up clientele.
Yeah, it's always building up clientele. Make it bigger and bigger.
Restock statues that we've sold out.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot more into the really big higher end Prime 1 Studio statues. I'd like to start getting some more of those in, and I love to keep doing stuff with artists more and more. I have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I will be very happy whenever things calm down a bit and we can get back down there, because maybe we can even do I come as a podcast and an artist and we do both or something, because we hang out for a full day down there, so it's really cool and we make a whole thing of it.
And always the main goal of every comic book store is to grow your subscriber list. I mean, the subscribers for comics are the heart and lifeblood of every store.
Okay.
So you come in and say if you want us to put aside so many comics a month for you, if you want to read all the Wolverine comics, all the Batman comics, we order for you, put them in the bin. So when you come in, we have them ready for you. And if you have 5 to 9 titles a month, you get 5% off also everything in the store.
Oh wow.
And 10 or more titles a month, it's 10% off. But considering how expensive DC is now, we may not be able to offer that with the DC comics. So I don't know. We need to talk about that and see how expensive our first few shipments are going to be from UCS.
So we have another fan question. Ryan pops in again, and he asks, favorite comic book movie?
For me, hands down, the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, very nice.
I think I really like Avengers.
Yeah, that's my number. That's my number 2. The first
Avengers was really good, and I it's one of those ones that's always fun to go back and look at. The only problem I have with Avengers is Captain America's outfit in Avengers, especially now that you see all the cooler, grittier ones and everything like that. You're just looking at his outfit, going, "Who was smoking what when they put him in there?" Oh my god!
Yeah, it was just a little goofy. I think they made up for it with in Winter Soldier a little bit. But...
Oh yeah, the stealth suit was really cool. That first suit when you first get into Winter Soldier you're like, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Let's see if I missed any. Lots of comments tonight, and we've been staying up in the double digits, which I greatly appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, so Joe missed the discount thing. So let's give another promotion to the discount if you guys don't mind.
Joe Petter. Yeah, he missed it.
Yep. Sorry, Joseph, you're out now. He comes in here all the time.
If you've been here watching the show, if you see a post and there's something you want, or come in the store and mention that you saw us on Back Talk with Bauer, then you get 10% off that purchase.
Nice, very nice. And
Superman 4 Quest for Peace. Sorry, no.
Everyone's good to see you, sir. Brian is one of the hosts of Reels and Heels on the Hangin with Web Show Facebook or YouTube channel. So it's always nice for him to pop in. I appreciate it. No love for Batman 89.
Of course, we love Batman. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. I was going to mention that because the Nicholson Joker is one of my favorite Jokers. So that was a very close possibility to be one of my favorites.
I'm really excited with some of the news that's been popping up for the Flash movie that they're trying to get Michael Keaton to come back as some kind of Batman. And there was a couple of rumors I saw that they were trying to get Jack Nicholson to do something. So it's again rumors. I'm not going, I say rumors so nobody comes at me. Don't come at me, bro. But
I've gotten to the point where I don't believe any of it until the studios actually announce it.
Oh yeah. It's always fun to just hope and kind of just like come on. I hope that if they get Michael Keaton that they work something out, because I still think they should do a Batman Forever, or not Batman Forever. Batman Beyond. I was blanking for a second, but do Batman Beyond and he is the old Bruce Wayne.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah,
I've heard that one before. I like the idea of that a lot. I think that'd be really cool.
And I'm actually now that we're talking Batman '89, I've had it almost 6 months now, but I have the giant Lego version of the Batmobile. So now that I have the room cleaned, that is going to be my next Lego build. I have 3 sitting here, but the next one is the Batmobile.
Nice. You're gonna have to post pictures all over the place for that one.
I think I will time lapse it again. It's been a while since I've done a Lego time lapse, and I'll have that time lapse, and you'll catch that on the HWWS WebTV YouTube channel. So please go subscribe to that and support all the shows on there. Let's see. Did I miss any questions yet? I think I did all my questions I could think of. So we're getting towards, we got about 15 minutes left or so. So I do the last 10-15 minutes I've been using these things called pod decks, and they're kind of cool questions that I can ask my guests, and they help me out. And it's just cool to get off the main topic of what we're talking about. We talked about the comic shop and everything. But are you guys down to try a couple of questions out from here?
Sure, why not?
All right. What is something you hate but you wish you loved?
Chocolate.
You hate chocolate?
Yes, I hate chocolate.
Wow.
I really wish I liked it.
That works for me because I don't have to hide it.
Yeah,
so.
he just gets all the chocolate.
So you wish she loved chocolate?
No, because then he wouldn't get mine.
Oh, gotcha. Let's see, what else? DC fandom 2 months-ish away. Man, these guys know all kinds of comic stuff.
I'm telling you, sometimes our customers know more about things than we do. It's like,
How many times do you guys get like stumped? Like you're just standing there going,
Probably
daily.
every day.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to keep up with everything, especially since things are constantly in motion, and DC lately has been constantly changing on a day-to-day, sometimes hourly basis. So
wow.
I mean, I used to get self-conscious at first. You feel like you own a comic book store, you have to know everything, but you get over that pretty quick. I mean, as long as you can at least know how to look it up, get the answer to your customer some way, shape, or form. Nobody knows everything,
and we're not too proud to admit that we don't know everything. So you help us just like we help you.
And if I need to, I just grab a beer and be like, "Oh, I'm drinking. I forgot."
I've gone to a bunch of conventions. I've done conventions over like 7 years now, and there's been a few times where like I guess the people that come in they think as an artist you're gonna know everything, and they're like talking about like blah 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 blah. I'm like, I got nothing, bro. And like sometimes I've learned, like, because with my case, you kind of just go like, I've learned to go, yeah, totally, and it doesn't cause like a ruckus. Because sometimes you're like, yeah, I've never read that. They're like, and it's like, dude, calm down.
Yes, you just grin and nod. Oh, cool, yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it's always, there's just certain people you just go, yeah, totally. Now, some people are cool. You can kind of talk back and forth and have like an open dialogue, but there's certain people who are going, just keep walking, bro. Just keep walking.
Yeah.
Have you guys been doing, I know a lot of, not right now, but I know a lot of comic shops go to conventions. Have you guys been hitting the convention scene before all hell broke loose, or?
We did Daytona Beach Comic Con last fall. And Melbourne Toy and Comic Con, and we were gonna do both again, but they all got canceled. And we're gonna try MegaCon at some point. They just keep raising the prices on the booth. It's like $1,100 for a 10x10 space, and
yep.
You wonder if you bring enough product, if you're gonna be able to make it all back. If you get a couple booths,
man.
It's just but I don't know. I mean, the small cons they're kind of fun because they're really comic book focused. So you get to see a lot of cool books there and stuff like that. Yeah. I'd like to hit up, I think, Infinity Toy and Comic Cons up near.
Yeah.
I forget where they do that one.
It's a little bit more north of me.
Yeah, I thought it's in like Oviedo or something like that.
Oviedo,
Central Florida area.
Yeah. I think it was a little bit far of a drive, for like 45 minutes, hour drive for me, if I remember correctly. But it's been a hot minute since I've been there. But yeah, MegaCon, like some of their prices, man. And that's a lot of with the conventions. I've really not doing any on my own before COVID hit. I kind of just went, all right, I'm done forking over so much money. And like with you guys have seen how much art I can bring. And trying to fit it into a small artist thing doesn't work. But getting over to, the exhibitor spot, it's just so much more money. And I try to bring in as much as I can, but it just hasn't been working out. So, the COVID stuff kind of worked out for me. It's like, oh, the conventions are canceled. I can't go.
What we should do is we should get like in the artist alley, split like a giant tent that will bring out the artists of the kingdom. And we'll work out a commission thing. We'll have all you artists under a big area. That would draw so many people in there to be like, what is this?
There we go. There we go. I'm down for that. Yeah, I've been working a lot with Hanging with Web Show. They've been kind enough to have me come out. I play co-host with Garrett and basically just cause him misery as we do the show. And then I live paint for a little bit. Sometimes I have the artwork out here and there. Other times it's just me live painting for an hour or so, but I've been doing that more often. But then even after that, I'm kind of just like, yeah, I'm good. Just chilling at home. And, I'll try to sell some stuff online or go. I want to work with more comic shops, especially like you guys. It's so much more fulfilling coming and hanging out with you guys. Like even not like, because I've come a few times and I've sold quite a bit. Like one time, technically, it was one of my fans, and but I made a painting sale at your guys' place when I was there. Yep. The one I live painted, she bought it, but it was still so cool. And just like talking to people, your guys' people that come in actually give a shit. You're having conversations with them, and they're actually eye contact. They're talking about your artwork and not asking where to go get this signature from or where the bathroom is or something like that.
They do that to you?
Oh, I could tell you horror stories. I could tell you so many horror stories. I actually want to do, so I do the Back Talk with Friends show. And I actually want to get like 3 other convention artists that have been doing it for so many plus years and just have a bitch fest. And I'll even call the episode Bitch Fest. I don't even care. But I was at one convention. It was actually down by your guys' area. Space Coast Comic Con. Yeah. That was the one that got like totally disappeared, right?
I think.
Last year.
So. There were so many Space Coast or Space something kind of ones. I get them all mixed up. But I was there one year, and I'm sitting there, and it's it's an okay convention and everything, but I'm getting kind of that burned out point. And these 2 guys come up, and I've been seeing them the whole freaking show. They're just annoying as hell, and they're cosplayed up and everything like that. And they come over, and they're like they're acting like they're gonna do something and talk to me or do something or buy something. They're setting kind of their stuff down, and he comes up, and they go and set all their stuff down. They're all excited, and then he goes and he takes a little thing of his sleeve and puts it back on his thumb, and then they grab their shit and walk away. And I just looked at my wife. I'm like, I quit.
What?
So that is just one of the horror stories that I have experienced doing.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah, I will say cons and comic book stores definitely bring some very interesting people around.
Yeah. Interesting's a good word. That's a nice, safe word we can use.
Yes. Yes.
So let's see. We got another question. This is actually pretty interesting for comic shop owners. What's the most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis?
Weird questions, weird people coming in and asking or just acting weird or being weird. We were just talking about those people. Yeah. They come into comic shops too, and they linger or I don't.
I think some of the weird ones will be the smells.
Sometimes, yeah. But that's not on a regular basis. That's not all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. There's
conventions that have their own smells.
We have this weird kid that's here every Sunday.
His name's Sebastian. I think it's just the weird people.
Yeah, that's got to be the most awkward weird stuff.
Especially guys named Sebastian. They're the weirdest.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah, like it's really funny. You can walk into a building that's having a comic book convention. The answer is yes, Joseph. You are one of the weird ones. But you walk into a convention, even like the setting up of a convention, I don't know if it's in an air freshener can or they just have, like, you walk in and it smells like a comic book convention. Like, I've been to other ones. I've been to sign conventions. I've been to boat things. I've been to like a couple different other things. And there's a different smell to a comic book convention. And it's not a bad smell until too many people that don't know deodorant come in, but there's a smell to a convention and it's just kind of like, yep, here we are. And it's just like that. That's like the get ready go smell for me. I don't know if it's everybody else, but there's definitely a scent. You could put it in a can. It's really weird.
I'm going to go with it must be the comic books.
Maybe between the comic books and the toys.
Yeah.
It's the cosplayers.
No, that's the BO smell. I mean, I'm sorry, cosplayers. Oh man, I can't even imagine being. I've seen cosplayers like walking in, and I've just been walking in with street clothes and coming in the morning, and I'm already dripping in sweat. And then you got the people that are like full build stuff. I'm like, you're gonna die in 2 hours. We're not even open yet. You got another hour, and you're standing in line. You're gonna be dead before you get to the end.
Yeah, it's rough for them.
Yeah,
lots of water.
Lots of water.
I used to wear a stormtrooper. Like, I have a legit stormtrooper costume, and like I don't even know if I fit in it anymore. But like it's you wear the bodysuit spandex, and you're like, oh, this isn't too bad. But as soon as all the armor starts coming on, it's like, yeah, I'll die if I stay in this too long.
Susan says hi, by the way, Paula.
Hi, Susan. How you doing?
Again, thank you guys so much. I am chatting with the owners, Paula and Jason of Kingdom of Comics down in Melbourne, Florida. You can find them you guys are on Facebook. You're on Instagram. Are you on Twitter? I can't remember.
Yeah.
The Twitter.
So the main ones are Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
So you can follow them. You can find out about new stuff that's coming in. They're always posting it's Tuesdays for new stuff, correct?
Yeah, and then if we get other stuff in through it, sometimes randomly statues or something will come in the week. Every time we get new stuff, we post it.
Yeah, you guys post it. If you follow them on Facebook, you guys can catch the online sales. You guys are doing the Facebook Live sales every so often. So you guys can catch that. Is there anything you guys want to plug? Anything coming up that you can think of? Or
well, right now the governor's still allowing beer and wine to go. So if you get 20 or more, we count as a case. That's 40% off to go, and individual drinks to go are 20% off. So. Nice.
And you guys are getting your alcohol, so you're getting your fix, because I know lots of you need your fix still, and you're also supporting a local comic shop. So it's really cool. Let's see. We'll do one more question and then we'll head out. How's that sound to you guys?
Sounds good.
All right. What is your most unusual talent?
I'm not very talented, so. No. He said how much whiskey he can drink.
To some people, that could be a talent. To my wife's family, that could probably be a talent.
For him, it could be.
Oh, math, I guess.
Yeah, he's a brain with math.
I like it. That's all right. You guys run a comic book shop, so that's your talent, is actually running the business and treating people nicely. So again, hit the guys up on Facebook, on Instagram. If you want the 10% off, make sure to let them know that you heard them on Back Talk with Bauer. I hope to be down there sometime soon.
Anytime you want, just tell us when you're coming.
When life gets going again.
I'm a little afraid to leave my house. So once the numbers start going down a bit, it just, I found out during all this, I'm a bit of paranoid. And I've barely left my house. I run to the grocery store and maybe a couple stores here and there, and then that's about it. I just stay home. That's why I made the art cave nicer. I've made the house nicer. I bought a Switch, so I just stay home.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to send you another list of trades to buy and have it shipped to you then.
Oh yeah.
And then you get one of your fun videos again.
Yes, that is the coolest thing. Okay, you gotta plug that because I don't know if it's just because of me because I'm so special.
You are the only one we have done it for. But.
All right, so yes, it's because I'm so special. But yeah, every time I order from Kingdom of Comics, they send me a video through Facebook Messenger. They have in their van, they're blaring some kind of music. The last music was the best. You had, I believe it was Flogging Molly on.
No, it was Dropkick Murphy shipping up to Boston.
Yes, they had Dropkick Murphys on. That was the perfect song, and they're just announcing that they're shipping out my comics, and and you guys have sent it at the perfect time because I'm at work and just having like the shittiest day, and this little video pops up. And I just start laughing my ass off. It's the best. So thank you guys for making my day. I greatly appreciate it. And I will be putting in
weird
an order
stuff like that. She thinks I'm crazy when I do it, but I think it's fun. So
I gotta say you should do it more often because it's really just that there's always those small things like Joe says, marketing. There's always that small stuff that makes people want to buy again. And honestly, I keep buying to get more videos. I want to support you guys, but the videos are just fun because I kind of looked at my wife when I put in when I was getting the ones right before my trip. I'm like, I wonder if they're going to send me another video again. And like the next day I got the video. I'm like, look, they show it. So that is epic. If you guys want to see it, I think I've posted both of them. If not, I can post them again, but please go head down, either head down if you're near Melbourne, head down to Kingdom of Comics, buy some stuff, support them, tell them I said hi, tell them I sent you to bug them. If you are outside of Florida and want to buy, hit them up on Facebook and or Instagram. You guys are rapid fire on getting back to people.
We try.
So please go do that. And remember to tell them about hearing them on here. And thank you guys so much for popping in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anytime. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Of course. I definitely want to try to get you guys on with the Back Talk with Friends, and we'll do a big group one here soon. And then we still got to get together and do the online reviews. I got through at least the first Vader comic. I got to get through the second one. But maybe once I get through the second one, we can even do it through here, and we can figure out how to do it. I can host it if you want to. I'll make all this stuff look like Kingdom of Comics or like a dual brand thing. And we'll make it happen.
Cool. That's fine.
See, we're making plans for supporting each other. This is how this works.
Be sure to shop for Josh's paintings and everything too. He's super talented.
He is one of our favorite local artists.
Yes.
So, we have one or two of your pieces though. I know we got your Ghost Rider. I think I have another one in the back. I've gotten lazy and I have like a ton of pictures and paintings in back. I just need a frame and put up. We got all the frames.
We finally got the frames. A year later.
I still have stuff that's not even hung up, so it took forever to hang this stuff up. But
now it's just so hot. I feel like if I do anything and start sweating, it takes like a week to stop sweating.
I'm sweating right now, and I have a fan above me. I should have put the AC down more, but yes, check out Kingdom of Comics. If you enjoyed the show, if you're watching this, please like the JBauerArt page. You can catch the show live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. You can catch the replay on the Hanging with Web Show YouTube channel. Just type in Hanging with Web Show and you'll be able to find them. Hit the subscribe button. Check out all the shows. The new episodes drop Thursday at noon. And then if you just want to hear our sexy voices and don't want to watch my face, because I know it's terrifying, you can just subscribe to the audio version. I am on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify and Stitcher. So hit subscribe and like on all that stuff. And again, thank you guys. I greatly appreciate everybody. We stayed in the double digits almost all night. So you guys rock. Kingdom of Comics rock. Support everybody. Support local shops. And we will catch you guys next week. Later.
Thanks, everyone.